Have you ever wondered how a seemingly simple bacterial infection can lead to serious health complications if left untreated? In the vast realm of infectious diseases, there's one that often goes unnoticed, silently wreaking havoc on the body. It's not the flu, nor is it something as terrifying as Ebola. It's chlamydia, a common sexually transmitted infection that can cause serious health problems if not handled promptly and properly. Before you dismiss it as just another pesky infection, consider this. Chlamydia is not only widespread, but it's also a silent operator, often showing no symptoms until it's too late. It's a cunning adversary, one that has been part of human history for centuries, causing harm in the shadows. So how much do we really know about this silent adversary? How can we spot its subtle signs and fight back effectively? These are the questions we'll be exploring as we shine a light on this often overlooked health issue. Today, we delve into the world of chlamydia, a silent epidemic that has been around for centuries. Chlamydia isn't a modern phenomenon. In fact, it has been documented in history for centuries. Now, let's take a step back in time to understand the historical background of this infectious disease. Chlamydia, caused by the bacterium Chlamydia trachomatis, was first identified in Berlin in the early 20th century, around 1909 to be precise. However, evidence of this infection dates back even further. Ancient texts from Egypt, dating as far back as 1500 BC, describe symptoms similar to those of chlamydia, suggesting that the disease might have been present even in those ancient times. The term chlamydia itself derives from the Greek word chlamys, which means cloak. This is a poetic nod to the way the bacterium envelops itself within the cells of its host, much like a cloak. In the mid-20th century, scientists developed a better understanding of the chlamydia bacterium. They discovered that it was unique because, unlike most bacteria, Chlamydia trachomatis is an obligate intracellular parasite. This means it can only survive and multiply within the host cells, making it particularly stealthy and difficult to treat. As we advanced into the latter part of the 20th century, chlamydia became recognized as a significant public health issue. It was only in the early 1980s that chlamydia tests became widely available, leading to an increase in reported cases. This was a pivotal moment in the history of the disease, as it led to a greater awareness and understanding of its prevalence. Fast forward to today, and chlamydia is one of the most common sexually transmitted infections worldwide. It's a silent invader, often showing no symptoms, and if left untreated, it can lead to serious health complications. Over the centuries, our understanding of chlamydia has evolved dramatically. From ancient texts to modern laboratories, the journey of uncovering the secrets of this bacterium has been a long and fascinating one. Yet despite its long history, chlamydia remains a major global health concern. As we continue to learn more about this disease, we can hope to better manage and eventually eradicate it. Chlamydia is more than just a sexually transmitted infection. It's an intricate bacterium with a unique life cycle. Let's dive right in and get a better understanding of this microscopic creature. Chlamydia trachomatis, the bacterium responsible for the infection, is quite the enigma. Unlike other bacteria, Chlamydia trachomatis has a peculiar life cycle that consists of two distinct stages. In the first stage, it exists as elementary bodies, tiny hardy packages of bacterial material that can survive outside of a host cell. Upon entering a host cell, these elementary bodies transform into reticulate bodies, larger, active forms of the bacteria that replicate within the host cell. Once they've multiplied enough, they morph back into elementary bodies, ready to infect other cells. This unique life cycle allows chlamydia to survive and proliferate, often without detection. But how does chlamydia spread, you may wonder? Well, chlamydia is primarily transmitted through sexual contact. It can also be passed from mother to child during childbirth. This is why routine screening for chlamydia during pregnancy is so critical. Interestingly, Chlamydia trachomatis is an obligate intracellular parasite, meaning it can't survive without a host. This reliance on a host cell for survival makes it a stealthy invader, often evading the immune system and causing infections that can persist for long periods. One of the most striking features of chlamydia is its ability to cause damage without causing symptoms, often referred to as a silent infection. This characteristic underscores the importance of regular screening, particularly for sexually active individuals. Remember, you can't fight an enemy you can't see. Chlamydia is more than just a common STI. It's a complex organism with a unique life cycle and a stealthy means of infection. It's a testament to the intricate and often surprising world of microbiology, where even the smallest entities can have a significant impact. Understanding chlamydia is the first step in combating it. So let's continue this journey of learning, and together we can demystify this common yet misunderstood bacterium. Chlamydia often flies under the radar due to its commonly asymptomatic nature. This means that many people carrying the infection might not even realize they have it. It's a stealthy little bacterium that can quietly wreak havoc if left unchecked. But let's delve into the signs and symptoms that might tip you off to its presence. In the instances where symptoms do occur, they usually appear 1 to 3 weeks after exposure. For women, these can include unusual vaginal discharge that may have a strong odor or be accompanied by pain or discomfort during intercourse. They may also experience a burning sensation during urination or lower abdominal pain. In some cases, there might be bleeding between periods or after sex. Men, on the other hand, might notice a discharge from the penis or a burning sensation during urination. Some might also experience testicular pain or swelling. However, it is important to note that these symptoms might be mild and easily overlooked. Chlamydia can also infect the rectum in both men and women, causing rectal pain, discharge, and/or bleeding. And while less common, it can also infect the throat, leading to a sore throat or other oral symptoms. It's also worth noting that chlamydia can lead to serious health problems if left untreated. In women, it can cause pelvic inflammatory disease, which can lead to long-term pelvic pain, infertility, or ectopic pregnancy. In men, it can cause infection in the urethra and possibly lead to reduced fertility. Now, these symptoms are indeed worrying, but the real concern lies in the fact that many people experience no symptoms at all. This lack of obvious signs often leads to undiagnosed and therefore untreated cases, which can then unknowingly be passed on to others. This is why regular testing is so crucial, particularly if you have multiple sexual partners or a new partner. The silent nature of chlamydia makes it a stealthy adversary, but knowledge is our first line of defense. Being aware of the potential signs and symptoms and understanding the importance of regular testing can be the key to preventing the spread of this all-too-common infection. The good news is that chlamydia is treatable, and early detection can prevent serious health complications. You see, when it comes to treating chlamydia, antibiotics are our best friends. They are the first line of defense and the most common form of treatment for this infection. The usual course of action involves a one-time dose of azithromycin or a week-long regimen of doxycycline. If you're allergic to these, or if you're pregnant, your healthcare provider might prescribe a different antibiotic. It's important to follow your healthcare provider's instructions to the letter. Finish the entire course of antibiotics, even if you start to feel better before you're done. This ensures that the infection is fully cleared from your system. And remember, it's crucial to refrain from sexual activity until you've completed your treatment and any symptoms have resolved. This helps to prevent the spread of the infection to others. If you have a sexual partner, they also need to be tested and treated to avoid reinfection. After treatment, you may wonder, am I cured? Well, to confirm that the infection has been completely eradicated, it's necessary to undergo follow-up testing. This is typically done about 3 months after treatment. It's important not to skip this step, as chlamydia can reoccur even after treatment. Also, it's worth noting that having chlamydia once does not make you immune to it. You can get infected again if exposed. That's why practicing safe sex using condoms and getting regularly tested are key to staying chlamydia-free. In some cases, if left untreated or not properly treated, chlamydia can lead to serious health problems like pelvic inflammatory disease in women and epididymitis in men. These can cause long-term complications such as infertility, but these scenarios are avoidable with early detection and proper treatment. Armed with the right information and medical support, overcoming chlamydia is entirely possible. So let's stay informed, get tested, and keep the conversation about sexual health ongoing. Chlamydia, a silent yet significant health issue, needs our attention. Over the last 10 minutes, we've journeyed through the history of this disease, understanding its progression and impact over the centuries. We've delved into its nature, a stealthy infection that often presents no symptoms, making it all the more important to be vigilant and proactive about regular checkups. We've outlined the signs and symptoms that do present themselves, such as pain and unusual discharge, highlighting the importance of not ignoring these signs. We've also discussed the treatment of chlamydia, a straightforward process involving antibiotics, yet further complicated by the disease's silent nature. This journey through the history, understanding symptoms and treatment of chlamydia underlines the importance of awareness. Knowledge is our strongest weapon against this silent intruder. It's crucial to stay informed about such significant health issues. Remember, awareness is the key to prevention and treatment. Stay informed, stay safe.